Hi, listeners. This is Abby. I am going to be live in London on stage in a play called Blink, which is about a woman whose downstairs neighbor gets in an obsessive parasocial relationship with her. It's going to be from the 19th of February till the 22nd of March at the King's Head Theatre in London. If you would like to come and see me live on stage in a cool play, you can. And guess what? If you use the code FRONTROW, you can unlock the front 2 rows. That is an exclusive thing for followers of the shit that I make. Thank you, and hope to see many of you at the theater.
You know, Sean, the Japanese have a saying.
Try Fat Burger from now on. You get yourself a double cheese with fries for $2.95, faggot.
Welcome to another episode of Kill James Bond. I am November Kelly. I am joined, as always, by my friends Abigail Thorne and Devon.
Ohio gozaimasu, listeners.
Cowabunga.
Ohio gozaimasu. And not, as always, by 2 very special guests, because as soon as I said that we were doing the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, everyone who has ever looked at a car started texting me several times an hour to say, when are you going to let me be on the episode? And I said yes to my 2 favorite of them. So please welcome Victoria Scott from Tran, Girlismo, and also Well, There's Your Problem.
Hello, thank you for having me.
And it's Rob from Podcasting as Praxis.
Hello, thank you so much for having me as well.
I'm very, very excited for a 5-person episode to talk about, I think maybe the most hyped and most fondly remembered film of the franchise.
Ooh, I'm gonna be disappointing to listen to then on today's episode, friends.
I wouldn't worry, because I also felt sort of out of sorts with this, because as I was getting texts from everyone in the world being like, when are you going to let me on to talk about Tokyo Drift? I was watching Tokyo Drift, and unfortunately I was like deeply nauseated through most of this. Not the movie's fault. So. Not in this case. I just felt bad authentically on my own. And so most of my recollections of this movie are sort of like through a lens of, that time I felt like I was like going to be sick on myself. So, you know, enjoy that as a kind of lens of movie criticism.
I was nauseated because of the movie.
That's fair. That's allowed.
I think the context that I would like to bring to this is that when this movie came out in 2006, drifting had not really made it all that big in America yet. Like, I believe the first Irwindale Drift event, the D1GP series coming to the US the first time was like 2005, which was like the big competitive drifting series at the time. And so this was one of the only Fast and Furious movies where it felt like they were actually towards the front edge of car culture rather than following something that they had read about in like Vice, you know, a year or 2 ago, you know?
Interesting. Okay.
Are you telling me cars are real from the movie?
From the movie Cars?
From the movie Cars.
That's crazy. They made those. They made them in real life. That's nuts.
I thought that was a cautionary tale.
Yeah, but so we begin with someone who is not Paul Walker, but to ease you into this transition, he is engaging in a Paul Walker type activity, namely entering a high school while clearly a 35-year-old man.
Yes! I did not figure out that these characters were meant to be children until about 15 minutes into the movie, because my guy has crow's feet. This character is meant to be 17. This guy's wearing a fucking Zimmer frame. What the fuck?
The oldest high schooler in the world.
It's crazy how old this motherfucker is.
Really, 35 Jump Streets. I was a big fan of this. So this is Lucas Black playing Sean Boswell, and I'd now like to debut a surprise segment that I'm introducing to the podcast and will be reintroducing every time I see this fucker in a movie, entitled Some of Lucas Black's Tweets. So,
Oh god.
I'm just gonna prime you for this, right? I'm gonna tell you there is no intervening tweet in between these tweets I'm gonna read. So on the 8th of November last year, Lucas Black tweeted #RollTide. On the 30th of November, he tweeted #RollTide, #IronBowl 2025. On the 6th of December, he tweeted #RollTide. And on the 21st, he tweeted, "I do not and will not participate in Halloween celebrations. We as Christians are supposed to associate with one spirit, and that is the Holy Spirit."
I feel like I need the Rosetta Stone to understand it. What the fuck? What?
He is a beautiful, beautiful, stupid chud. I have another screenshot of him here tweeting only the phrase #Roll Tide and nothing else across a 3-month period.
What does that mean? Could be anything.
He is a supporter of Alabama football.
It's Alabama college football. It's the
Crimson Tide,
red
baby.
Tide. It's the Tide, yeah.
What?
They call Alabama the Crimson Tide, I think.
Yeah, the Crimson Tide,
What?
that's it.
He's very anti-trans. He's very pro-Trump. He's anti-vaccine. He he's
$1 million question: is he a pedophile?
I don't think so. However, I did in the course of going back 2 scrolls in the tweets find that on the 22nd of June 2022, Lucas Black tweeted, "I wrestle with my sons, brackets, ages 8 and 7, close brackets, every day. It ends with hugs and kisses, #fatherhood, #bring masculinity back."
That's really
baffling.
No comments, Your Honor.
Baffling.
No, none.
I to be honest, I kind of love this guy, right? He is just,
all right, I'm endeared.
He's gotten so much more chud over the years. His beard has grown out. It's just I got another one here. 29th of August 2025, Lucas Black tweeted, "Jesus said, 'Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.' #Charlie Kirk, #Christian Martin."
Charlie Kirk. What? This is the kind of incredible, I hesitate to say, mind that the United States of America can produce at the moment. Anyway, this clearly
I was also
35-year-old
distracted
man
by this guy the entire time.
This 35-year-old chud who
walks into a high school. This is fine, apparently. He's presumably auditing it. Also, he was passing through a metal detector, and I was like, oh, is he in the airport? And I was like, wait, no, this is the United States of America.
This is just normal.
I have to check that at school.
Yeah.
There's even a zoom out at a moment, and there's a giant bank of television surveillance cameras of all the angles of the school. It's this intro. I maintain that this intro
crazy.
is Justin Lin, the director, was cooking something here. He had predictive powers over where America was going to go in the next 15 years that I'm not sure that he knew he had at the time.
No, I think
Absolutely.
the thing is what he depicted was a poor high school in 2006, but he made the characters wealthy and exempt from consequences. So it feels alien because it took 20 years for that to actually catch up for everybody. But that is an average high school in an impoverished area in America in 2006. It's the most, I watched it, I was like, this is the most post 9/11 thing I've ever seen. It's just
they have a racist football team, or rather the football team is racist in the sense that they have a rivalry with another football team whose name is the Indians, and so their team wants to beat the Indians, and so there's a shot of an Indian-themed piñata, and we see fucking whatever his name is, Sean Boswell, look askance at this because racism is bad, and he disapproves of the racist footballman. To be a Carmen is that much cooler in high school.
The noble Carmen and the dishonest footballman, but he also he doesn't intervene in the racial bullying of somebody outside the garage that he works in. He sees that happen and walks away.
No, and I kind of thought in that moment that I was like, oh, this is Hero Refuses the Call shit, and he's going to be back Act 3 as he's going to be going to beat up those guys. Not so. That just never gets picked up again.
No, it does. There is character growth.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get to it.
There is a little bit of character growth.
You're right. There is. Yeah. Okay. Sure. That's fine. We can cut that. That's fine. Or maybe we don't. Maybe I can just eat shit live on air and just be completely wrong about something.
I think it's fine. We've been wrong before.
Yeah.
It happens.
But he refuses the call in that moment.
So outside the school, there is a blonde girl, and I use the word girl because these characters are children. These are high school children. There is a blonde girl painting her toes in a convertible.
That's classic girl shit.
She's sitting on the back of the seat.
The first thing this movie does is show us a panty shot of an underage girl.
Yep.
Yeah.
Death.
Start as
Death.
you mean to go on.
Death.
Yeah, she's sitting in the car insanely wrong. Like she's sitting on top of the seat with her like sandals on the top of the windshield. It's like, get your fucking Birkenstocks off the damn
day in a
windshield. But it's her boyfriend's car. It's her boyfriend has a Dodge Viper because he's rich.
Mm. He's the dishonest footballman.
He is the footballman. He's the quarterback. Is that a thing they have?
The rugby thing? I don't know. They have some strange sports they play over there.
And he's one of the mid brothers from Home Improvement.
Is he?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so Sean has a Chevy Monte Carlo, which is like coded as a stupid car for poor.
Yeah, I would like to point out that nothing about this car is a stupid car for poor people. He has fucking drag slicks on the car he takes to high school. At this point in time, Sean's car is worth probably twice as much as that Viper RT10.
But it's the thing, right? It's coded that way.
It literally
because
just
it's got,
needs paint.
Yeah, but not having paint makes you poor. And also, he's got an interest, which is cars, you know? And also he's giving the same kind of Paul Walker thing of being very protagonist-y. He's literally wearing like plain black t-shirt and like the sort of bootcut jeans, and it's just like
you did not edit this guy out of the character creation screen. He's just this is default
Sean.
Until he opens his mouth and we realize this Applejack motherfucker. It's like, I'm talking like this all the time.
What's a drift?
I love this guy's voice. It's so cute. Like if I met a woman with that voice, I'd be like, oh goddamn, you're beautiful.
The problem is you don't get a voice like that on a guy without him tweeting #Charlie Kirk, #Christian Martin,
Charlie Kirk. Roll Tide. I love it.
He's an original Alabama boy. That's also why he is from Alabama. So the accent and the Roll Tide are all genuine to the actor. So I don't think he changed anything.
But the movie takes place in Arizona. Like that's where the high school is.
They moved around a lot.
Yeah, because he's moved around.
Yeah, because he's been like kicked out of Alabama for being too much trouble for Alabama. So they've ended up in Arizona.
He's not finished a single year of school. He's just been drag racing the whole time.
So the hostile footballman sees Sean talking to his girlfriend and is like, "Are you talking to my girlfriend?" And Sean's like, "No, I'm too Sigma to do that," and leaves in the Monte Carlo. And the footballman throws like a baseball, which you'd think would be his sort of enemy naturally.
Yeah.
Through the like rear windshield, shattering it.
And Sean gets out with a spanner, and it looks like it's all gonna fucking kick off.
I do like the instant crowd that appears. That did feel very high school to me.
That's high school shit.
That was very fun. Until this girl says, "Why don't we solve this non-violently with a race?" And then the footballman is like, "But your car sucks ass." And she's like, the winner gets me. And my notes say, "Women are trophies again."
Women are property, but this time the woman decides that she's the property herself. So it's cool
this child,
now.
Yes.
It's also kind of, Sean at this point is giving future school shooter. Like it is remarkable how much he looks like he's going to come back with an AR-15.
Yeah, he does. It's the smirk. Also, might I say, if your girlfriend is offering herself up to be worn as a trophy in a race, then I feel like, my guy footballman, you've already lost that relationship. Or it's a kink thing, in which case we both agreed on it. But like, it feels like it's not in a good place, man. If I were him, I'd be hurt by that. And it would have been really funny if it just been like, I don't feel you respect me if that's what you're doing. I don't want to be with you.
No, we've got to settle this in their car. So they go to Sudden Valley.
I want to highlight a line that really tickled me, is that the footballman is talking about his car, and it was just like, this shit's like a Dodge Viper SRT. It's got a 12.5, 15.5, and it does
like
0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds. And someone in the crowd who's watching goes, "That's about right."
It's one of his boys.
Hype man.
He has two footballmen with him.
True.
One of whose role is to be like, yeah, that's correct actually.
So good.
This car has been fact checked by Real American Patriots.
Yeah.
So they go to the starting line.
The starting line, which is in a like under construction subdivision, is why I said it was Sudden Valley from Arrested Development.
LA Noir shit, real good.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. I also want to point out the way that they start the race is this high school girl takes her bra off and throws it in the air, and when it hits the ground, they have to stop. This is the second time in 10 minutes the movie has shown us a child's underwear. Death.
It's real bad.
Continue.
So we get an epic race. Sean does the drive and stare, which we established in Too Fast, Too Furious.
I also would like to throw in here that this high school must be in like the highest GDP per capita county of America, because the vehicle they are filming the race from in this is a Ram SRT-10, which was the Viper motored like limited run pickup truck that Dodge made in those like halcyon days before the great financial crisis.
They didn't allow a bad car to be near a camera when they were making this movie, which I think is compelling.
No, like every student has like 50 grand in disposable income to blow on their
going to car high school, the high school with cars.
And the soundtrack, Kid Rock, baby.
Hell yeah.
And it's the Arizona exurb that is under construction that in 2 years' time will implode the global economy through a series of convoluted financial scams.
Yeah.
It's actually good that they crushed one of those houses.
Yes.
It's positive.
Nobody was going to live
They
there.
delayed the financial crash.
Historically progressive force of Sean Boswell.
I know that Sean at one point angers the footballman, and the footballman tries, I think, what is an authentically stupid move, which, and correct me if I'm wrong about the details on this one, involves banging his fiberglass sports car off of the steel frame muscle car several times.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
Just great. Great impulse control. Ultimately, of course, the footballman is not as good at car, and he spins out the
dishonored.
Viper, crashes.
Yeah.
Girlfriend harmed.
Yeah, he spins out the Viper into like a crash that almost certainly would have caused them some serious fucking damage.
yeah.
Sean pushes them into a fucking pipe.
I genuinely thought they both died.
Yeah, same. I thought that was how
like,
this
oh my
movie was
God.
going to start. Also, the movie would have been better if they had, because there's no
think it
stakes
would have
in
been,
this
yeah.
fucking thing for the first hour and 15 minutes.
So they both
There's no stakes
crash,
ever.
but Sean
Yeah.
crashes slightly later, which means he's better at cars. And both of these crashes look so fatal that my notes, respectively, are spin out the Viper and kill your girlfriend, and this white boy is getting isekai'd to Japan.
A great place to get isekai'd, actually.
Yeah, sort of normally happens the other way around. You get isekai'd from Japan, but in this case, no, he does not get
If you get
isekai'd
isekai'd
immediately.
a second time, it's out
What I
of
really
Japan.
like is it slow motion as Sean is crashing, and just at the last second before it cuts away, a bottle of Tabasco sauce floats gently into view. It's like, hell yeah.
Get the fucking marketing tie-in in. There's a great shot immediately
He had
after
that
this
in his car.
where they have
That's
to
authentic
reestablish that
Alabama
he's
shit.
alive, so he's just sitting upside down, hands at 10 and 2 in the crashed car, and I'm just like,
Damn.
that's Sigma to me.
Apparently,
So-
I was reading a bit about like the making of this movie. Apparently, for this movie alone, because they crashed a lot of cars for this whole series, but for this one, they crashed or destroyed 249 cars.
my God.
Jesus.
I don't know where
They
they all
should hire a
went.
better
But,
stunt team.
yeah.
That was just driving on the way to set. They weren't actually even on camera. They're just a really bad driving team.
They all get arrested, and the cop interrogating Sean is like, fucking Chad and Stacy out there have too much money to get arrested, as you can tell from their rich car, but you from your poor car are poor, and you've had like 2 strikes already, so you're gonna go to fucking prison.
And he says, and all before your 18th birthday. Yeah,
that's what I was like, yeah, fucking right.
This is what it's like if you don't do any skincare.
This guy's
Unbelievable.
bald.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I've got no choice.
His mum comes in, and I'm like, how old was your mum when she had you? 5?
The mum who looks weirdly like Ella Purnell from Fallout.
The mum
but
looks younger than him.
yeah,
My wife described her as Pound Shop Demi Moore, which I did think was
that's reasonable. That's reasonable. My
She
next
looks
note
like-
just says this cop's gonna fuck your mum, which is
he
Yeah.
is
a
yeah, it
key
looks
plot
like it.
point. Yes.
My note that I put down was apparently these are the benefits of being a MILF, is that you can smoke in the interrogation room.
Yeah. That's the one good thing.
Yeah.
She says, "Can I smoke?" And
That's really
literally
good.
behind the cop, there's the no smoking sign. He's like, go, whatever.
Pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
She uses her milfly charms on this cop figure.
Well, she fully does have sex with him. I think that's implied, right? Like, because her
Oh, yeah, I
deal
think
is
so.
like, we've had to move around a bunch because of my stupid chud son and his stupid MAGA tweets. Please give me one more chance. And then we cut to her and the cop like leaving the room together a bit later, and it's like this is grim, I think, in itself. It's a surprisingly surprisingly willing to imply that, I think. But so the upshot of this is Sean is not going to prison. Sean is going to Japan prison.
Drift on over to Tokyo.
Yeah. Is that,
we get...
Sorry, is that something you're allowed to do in the American legal system?
I think it's transportation.
It's
still on the books. I don't know.
Going to the Japan diversion program. Yeah, it's. I guess the government's like, I guess you're not our problem anymore. You know.
Well, he's acting like this is a punishment, and I'm like, how do I commit the crime that gets me a Japanese visa?
Yeah.
How does that work?
So we get a beautiful little like Tokyo Japan title in the Law and Order font, which takes me out. And we see him like in Tokyo in 2006. I mean, not to get too like sort of peak population about this, but like it's crazy how empty it looks relative to now. Because there's a couple of shots of like that one that one like street crossing, right? Where like there's everybody. Yeah. And they have to use like the PS2 crowds, right? Like the PS2 sort of crowd generation software. And it's like it's strange. It's weird. All the street shots look really kind of quiet. It's a real time capsule. You've got that. You've got like billboards with like MC Hammer advertising what is a digital media camera. You can't go back to Japan in 2006.
God. You can't go back.
Japanese population's on the way down, so if you wait around a few years, it'll look like that again.
Yeah, but you're not going to get the what is a digital camera ads, and that's the real thing. Yeah. Buying a brand new APS-C camera.
Weirdly enough, I think I missed this, but I think I know why that MC Hammer thing is there. Because Justin Lin's first movie that was a hit, it's I think something called Better Luck Tomorrow or something, I forget the title, but that was financed by MC Hammer. And that's why I think his ad is in the thing.
That's crazy. But so
he owes MC Hammer fealty. Nice.
Justin goes to address and says,
welcome to Japan, Dad. Is my little girl hot and ready?
Because
oh my God,
I've been saving the "You Only Live Twice" drops for this.
Excellent.
The Chud son has a Chud father, right? And you know he's Chud because he's in the Navy. And you know he's in the Navy because he's wearing a T-shirt that says Navy in case he forgets.
Mm-hmm. The other thing we need to know about his dad, though, is that he fucks.
He does fuck.
When he arrives, he's ushering a younger Japanese woman out of his flat.
My foot. I was like, he's gonna have a Japanese woman in there.
Yeah. And then libertarian men.
I think that's the closest a Japanese woman gets to being in the movie, which is quite interesting, really, considering it's in Japan.
There are two Japanese women with lines, right? And one of them, her lines are entirely in Japanese, so we'll count them off. But these being the peak years of your mum has sent you to live with your dad, angry white boy thing. It's amazing. There's no Eminem involvement in this. His dad is like trying to do like tough Chud dad stuff. There's literally a book on the bookcase behind him that like has straight stuff on the cover, which I like. And he's like, "Listen, you're gonna straighten up and fly Japanese."
What are you looking at now? Oh, it's straight stuff. POV normal. Fine.
Yeah. And so like while you're living under my roof, you're gonna live by my rules and like go to school and you have to call me sir, which is weird.
You have to go to Japanese high school.
Yeah, to go to Japanese high school. Oh no! What a terrible punishment!
Just a short, sharp shock. We're gonna make you get your education entirely in Japanese.
Yeah, that'll help.
Yeah,
I mean, language immersion. They say it's great. You know.
Yeah. I guess so. So he goes to Japanese high school. He hasn't like the stupid like he can't figure out the uniform, right? So he's wearing it delinquent style, like unbuttoned, to reflect his delinquency.
He's downright running there with toast in his mouth as well. He
does
the whole
he's doing the full Tenchi Muyo. I love it. Oh no, I'm late for school. I love this shit.
We see that there's other kind of like visual K style kids. Like it's kind of a bit of a time capsule in that
There's
way.
There's also a whole bit about he has to get uebaki, which as a weeb for all of my high school years, I would have killed for some of those.
This is one of the two Japanese women with lines is the teacher being like, why aren't you wearing your learning shoes? Because it's like countercultural to wear shoes indoors. That's gross. Go put your like cool sandals on.
Unsubtitled Japanese, by the way, this teacher.
Yes.
I guess maybe it's justifiable in that like part of the joke is that he doesn't understand. Maybe
it's like, look,
generous.
Maybe where they're trying to put us in his shoes. He doesn't speak Japanese.
In his Walaki,
stranger in a strange land, maybe.
This will come back later.
So the other thing in this high school classroom is this girl, and the movie, the way that her makeup and hair is done, and the actress at the movie clearly wants us to think that this girl is hot. But again, I'm reminding the movie, this is a child. This is a literal schoolgirl.
Actually.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, Justin Yin. Like, who are you emailing?
She also has what looks a lot, because of some unfortunate hairstyling, it looks a lot like she has a receding hairline. And it looks worse in every shot. It kind of looks like it keeps getting taller. And I know I'm one to talk, but like, it looks bad.
It happens.
Listen, but so he goes to lunch, and the Japanese food is weird. There's like a little montage of like weird Japanese food. And
looks great.
Our stupid chud sort of like picks up some I don't even know what it is. It's like taro or something, and eats it and goes, this doesn't taste bad.
He's using the chopsticks perfectly.
Yeah.
I will say.
At which point we get ambushed with a baffling combination of lines.
Japanese food is like the army. Don't ask, don't tell.
What?
It's mostly fish, man. Like
Japanese food is like the army in that it's gay. I mean, to be fair, that does make it a more plausible line in 2006. But
the food that makes you gay?
Yeah.
The food the Japanese food that makes you gay? I think I must have had that at some point.
Rice, fish, some vegetables, a light broth. Apparently, all you need to become gay.
No.
It's good food for bottoming, so like, you know.
Yeah, it's light. It's continuing the grand tradition. We've got another rapper in this movie here. This is Little Bow Wow of just Bow Wow now because he got larger.
Ordinary Bow Wow.
Is playing a guy called Twinkie, who they called Twink for the entire movie.
Would you like my twink drop?
Yes.
Twink.
If you listen closely, it's got a little bit of music in there as well. I love it.
Twink.
It's just pleasant, you know? Like, so Twinkie, to give him his full name, bonds with him on the basis of also being American, and he assumes that he is an army brat, which the army send the kids to like army schools on the army bases, and like there are international schools in Japan. This is weird. It's weird to send your sort of like corn-fed chud moron to like normal Japanese high school.
Yeah, just good luck out there.
Start learning Japanese, giving him the full like Shogun immersion experience, you know?
I guess he'll figure it out like Tarzan.
I guess Shogun and this occupy a similar space of like white boy with the weirdest accent we could conceive of is sent to Japan and just told to kind of figure out himself.
Yeah. At some point they bring out a giant kettle and they just put Bow Wow in it and you go, whoa.
Oh, shit.
I did a first in Oriental languages at Cambridge.
This movie, Shogun and Silence, all in the same space. It's like, if you want to be white person in Japan figuring stuff out, you have to have a weird accent to emphasize the strangeness. That's the law. But so... I think this is where we get the song.
Yeah,
it isn't. We have to see the cut.
We have to see the fucking cut. So obviously Sean has been expressly forbid from getting anywhere near a car on account of all of his like.
It's plausible to forbid that in Japan.
It makes sense. And Lil Bow Wow immediately takes him to see his car. And oh my God, who wants to describe this car?
It's glorious.
I want to hand this to Victoria,
yeah.
The most magical Volkswagen Touran ever conceived of and built.
See, I called this a K car, and you said that it's not.
It's not. The Touran was not a. It's not quite. It's a 4-door, and it's like not quite the exact dimensions. Because in Japan, they got K cars, and they have to fit very specific like size and weight requirements. And the Touran does not fit those. I don't know why they picked this car. So there are a bunch of interviews that I have read with the guy who did all the car casting and building for these movies. So the guy who picked like the Supra in the first one, the first three at least were very heavily this guy, and I'm blanking on his name right now. But like Every interview with him makes it clear he is a bit eccentric, to say the least. So I think he just picks out whatever the hell he feels like, with the exception of Fast and Furious 2, which is where Mitsubishi gave the money. And that's why they have like the world's coolest Evo and the world's most horrific Eclipse convertible ever conceived as the hero cars.
Okay.
Victoria, I can't help but feel that you've somewhat buried the lead on this.
And the car has what on it?
It is a bright lime green minivan with Hulk fists punched into it and the Incredible Hulk's face stretched across the hood.
And the interior is
Huge.
purple shag carpeting.
To be clear, this rules.
It does,
right?
yeah.
What this is, I described it to Victoria when I was talking this over as like Chekhov's K car, right? In that they make a big thing of setting up like, here's the deal, funny small car, right? I've seen Monkey Man. I know what the deal is when you introduce a funny small car. You use that funny small car for a comical effect later. This movie does not do that. We never fucking see this car.
It's such a shame.
It's also got sort of like fake eyebrows made out of what looks like upturned rooms along the top of the windshield. Fantastic. It's great.
Anyway, he's like, get in the car. I'll take you to the Cars subculture. And this is where we get the song. This is where Gwen Stefani wonders if we know. Like,
not quite.
Is it not? Is it still not?
Well, he's got to challenge the Drift King first, naturally.
I think that comes after the song.
No, the song comes and then he challenges the Drift King.
What?
Yeah.
He comes up in the elevator.
No, because they have to show a bunch of shots of women's asses walking around the garage, because women are objects to be desired, just like the cars.
It is true. It's as bad as it's ever been. Devin, you're getting confused because there's 2 elevator rides. No, they arrive at car location when there are many women with asses.
There are
and
midriffs as well.
Hot girls car and midriffs also. The child from his class is here as well. And she's with a racer. And her name is Neela. And then some tough guys notice them chatting.
My notes say new in town and sort of like finding community by going to where you can find all the stupidest dressed people hanging out together. Being a carman is a lot like being transgender. But yeah, he talks to her about her car.
I can confirm this, yes.
So, fuck's sake. Yeah, she bullies him about the shoes that she was also wearing, the Uwabaki, a little bit. And once again, we get like, guy notices stupid Chud Sean talking to a woman. Well, a girl at this point. And so there's these 2 Japanese guys together. Well, one of them is not Japanese, but like there's these 2 guys off to the side, obviously older, and one of them in like the coolest outfit you could wear at the time, which was like leather blazer, gold chain, black t-shirt, or black vest, dress shoes, is immediately like, you know, activated by this, is immediately hostile to this. Prompting his friend to say,
"What's with you and the schoolgirls, Steve?"
Just to textually reestablish that this is an underage girl.
I'm asking the director of this movie this. Because the other thing, listeners, is that like there was no why are these characters? There's no need to do this. Why are these characters children? You didn't have to do that. You couldn't write anything else. Why are they? It's caused so many fucking problems, and I'm baffled.
So this guy gets up in his face, and the Bow Wow has to establish threat, right? So Twink is like, he's like, this guy's fucking Yakuza, right? And so what we're setting up here is a kind of Chud versus Yakuza Deadliest Warrior episode.
I would pay so much money to watch the Alabama Tide fight the Yakuza on like a football pitch. Just that would be glorious.
In particular, this guy, DK, Drift King, calls him Gaijin.
He does. He gets all up in his face to the point that it's like, just kiss him, just kiss him, just kiss.
Yeah,
like,
it's quite
I think every single time I think that,
Yeah.
Not least because these are 2 adult men, obviously.
Yeah. Gaijin meaning outsider, like being an outsider is the theme of the movie, right? So they size each other up, and Sean challenges DK to a race. And he's like, what are you going to fucking race me in the Hulkmobile? And then one of DK's boys, Han, says, well, you can borrow my car. I want to see what you got.
Han's the guy who said, like, what's with you and schoolgirls He's the guy who's like, he's looking quite circumspect. He's also, in this scene, he has Roman Pierce eating all the time disease. He's working his way through the largest bag of chips, I guess, because he's just, every shot he's eating.
The actor must have been so full on set that day.
He reminded me of Brad Pitt in the Ocean's 11 movies, where he's just constantly eating like nachos or something. Just
Yeah, because he was just hungry. Yeah.
Sean is like worse adrift, and
it's good.
Like Twink tries to explain to him, but it's obvious it's not going to work. But they sort of line up ahead of time.
Well, so in Japan they race mainly sideways, which is the thing. So this is when they take the elevator up, and this is when they play a song.
In LA, straight lines. Miami, corners involved. Tokyo, all sideways the whole time.
I live my life 90 degrees at a time.
I also would like to note, for the record, that Twinkie gives Sean the worst fucking advice of all time for the car he is about to get into for racing up a parking garage. If you tell a Bama boy to fucking rip the e-brake in a car with 500 horsepower as he doesn't even know how to like shift gears, he is going to have a hard time. I was furious rewatching this movie.
But so we first have to meet the coolest man in the film and maybe the world.
Yeah.
Briefly, very briefly, because rather than just having like sexy woman introduce the race, instead we have Japanese twink assisted by two sexy women.
Man.
This
love this guy.
Can we get him to do all the other races from now on and also like live in my house and like hang out with me and be my friend?
This guy's very sexy. I like him.
Very elegant.
Just Japanese guy in a suit, just been like, ready, set, go.
It's very there's I don't know. There's something about this I can't quite put my finger on.
This actor knew he was only in the trailer of this movie, and like he fucking sells it. I'm like, hell yeah, dude.
Look, the guy's extremely T-boy coded. I'll say it. I've got him on my screen right now.
Thank you for
He looks fantastic. He looks so good.
The way that I am. Yeah. Okay.
My notes at this point just say DK rules. I love DK. Where's the DK movie?
Yeah.
They've
worked out how to film the like gear changes and the like sort of foot on the pedal shots in a way that's interesting. This is like well filmed.
And like DK just clowns on him. DK just races sideways up this like circular parking garage, and Sean just eats shit and crashes because he can't
Sean is crashing all the time. He's fucking it up badly.
It's also kind of crazy because like he was significantly more skilled in the first race, because if you remember, his Monte Carlo does get sideways occasionally, and he does catch it. He does have the ability to drive a car around a corner.
Yeah.
He just loses that skill entirely when put into a well-tuned S15 Silvia, apparently. Yeah. It's because he doesn't understand the Japanese car yet. He only understands the American Chud vehicle.
Exactly.
It's something I like, actually, that it betrays a certain amount of confidence to have your protagonist be straight up bad at something.
Yeah. It's like, let's see what he's got. Oh, he's got nothing.
They haven't let Paul Walker do this, you know?
No,
like they haven't been like, even completely new skill, like fish out of water thing. They haven't done that for Paul Walker, but they have for Sean Boswell.
Yeah.
So of course, DK, the Drift King, like drifts very well, whereas Sean drifts very poorly and smashes up the car a lot.
It's well shot
and
though.
Sean limps over the finish line.
Yeah. I'm just like every time like the car's like he bangs the car sideways into other cars, into the wall, into just everything except like human beings essentially. And every time you just like you kind of wince because you see how expensive that car must be and like how much damage is being done to it. Like
But he's humiliated. He limps over the finish line in this like wrecked car, and everyone's just like, "Wait!"
Like, dude who lent you that car better be the chillest Yakuza of all time.
So
turns out
he is, which is nice. But that's the only way you're getting out of this one, man.
Yeah, turns out that Han is just straight up lovely.
There's a very brief moment where Twinkie looks directly at the camera, and I feel violated by that. I'm like, don't make me complicit with this, Twink.
It's when he like gets in the elevator with
when the elevator door closes.
Yes.
Also, again, Twink canonically a child. Don't want to think about that.
No. He's still Lil.
Yeah.
But so Han is like, you owe me money for the car, I guess, but he's like chill about it.
Yeah. And so the next day, much like Paul Walker, Han is waiting outside a high school.
Yeah. There is we do skip over a bit because he does get back home and like have a fight with his dad that culminates in him angrily slamming a shoji door, which is a great bit, I think.
Really good.
Don't be racing, last chance.
You can graph his level of delinquency based on how buttoned his uniform is. And in this case, he has straightened up a bit and flown a bit more Japanese because he's only got like 3 buttons unbuttoned. And then later on, when he slips more into the lifestyle of a delinquent carman, it will be all the way unbuttoned again. So just keep an eye on this.
The dad, when he comes in, it's incredible as well. He's just like, he looks straight at Sean and goes, "Have you been driving, Sean?" And it's just like,
no.
It's like I can smell gasoline on you. But so Han picks him up from school in, I think it's an NSX. I don't know cars.
It's an
I
RX-7.
just think
It's a
nice
Veilside
car.
RX-7. It is, again, this is proof of this movie's, like, I think as opposed to the other ones where they were like, oh yeah, this car is cool. We heard somebody talk about this. This is car sicko shit. Like, this is something that outside of Japan, people were not really familiar with. It is an extremely weird body kit. This movie, I think, was a big part of why it's famous. Car's iconic. It's awesome. I'm sorry. And also, they use the correct engine sounds. Most of these movies, they just dub in whatever the hell, like vacuum cleaner sounds, but they do have clearly a modified rotary engine for Han's car's engine sounds, and it is
there is a really funny shot in this of because he has Sean drive of Sean very slowly and unsteadily driving this car down the narrowest street in the world.
Yeah. He lets Sean drive, and I'm like, this guy wrecked your car 12 hours ago, and you're letting him drive your other one? Why?
Yeah. But so he gives him his first GTA mission. Because it's crazy how all of the plots of these movies are gaming, right? They're all inspired by like open world gaming, yeah. And he's like, go get my money from the guy with the bear paw in this onsen.
Yeah.
Which is a thing that we have here in Japan where we are. So Sean goes into the onsen. He's like, I don't understand what an onsen is because I'm not Japanese. But the guy with the bear paw tattoo is a sumo. He's like I forget the guy's actual name. I think he's Samoan, but like,
oh god, I should know this.
Yeah, he's a Samoan sumo wrestler, or a Sumoan, if you will.
Big guy.
He is a big guy.
Huge guy.
Yeah.
Sean gets literally thrown out onto the street.
There's an implication there that the guy has thrown him back into his clothes before throwing him out the door, which I like.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
of course,
that's amazing. How did he do
back
that?
In here.
Yeah. Sean, of course, goes back in and gets thrown out again. Yeah, and this is the tutorial level, you know? Like, you're being tested for your commitment by Han.
And the guy does pay Han. He's like, whatever, here's the money.
Yeah, he's very clearly, like, being used as, like, a test for the new guy, which, sure, whatever. So, we now get a segment called Han shows Sean all of his favorite Yakuza 0 minigames.
Yeah.
Because he takes him through an arcade, and in back of arcade, he goes, now I'm going to show you my least favorite Yakuza 0 minigame, Mahjong. And when the Mahjong appeared, I need everyone to know that my wife physically took the remote from me to pause and look at the tiles.
I understand, and I'm glad that she did.
This is a form of madness. I'm instructed to read into the record, like when we come in, they're playing Mahjong, and a guy goes, Ron, right? Which is the call one of the 2 calls you can make to win the game. And he's making a huge fuss about it. He's shouting. His tiles, this guy fucking Ron on Tanyao. He's got nothing. Everybody else's tiles, shit. This means nothing. So I just needed to include that detail for marital reasons.
She Ron on Mahjong till I...
Gwen, if you're listening, exactly right. This is what I wanted. Thank you.
This is the thing. If you're around my wife long enough, you will learn Riichi Mahjong. You won't necessarily want to, but you will. It's just like an involuntary process that anyone being near my wife.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
She'll bring the Mahjong set with her.
I was hoping she'd bring a set of something else.
I was kind of taken out of the movie at this point because for the last 6 months, and this is new for me, I've been getting ads for like Mahjong mobile games, and they're all about like, you're getting older, train your memory, you're not dying, you're fine. And it's like, cool, fun, thank you.
Everybody get more Chinese now.
Yeah, the Mahjong that stops you getting dementia.
Yeah.
But so DK is there along with one of his boys, Morimoto. you can remember Morimoto because he's blonde and he like spits all the time. This is noticeable. But so Han is in like a business relationship with DK, Donkey Kong, the Drift King himself.
DK. Donkey.
He's the leader of the gang. You know him well.
We all know the guy.
Yeah. Neela's also here, and she's like, "Oh, stay away from DK. I'm a child who's dating him for some reason."
Yeah.
At this point, I'm just like crawling over broken glass. I'm like, "Please show me Roman Pierce, please."
My notes at this point just say, "What are the stakes of this movie?" Because like the fact that these characters are children means I don't care about what any of them are doing. Because I'm like, you're a child. I don't give a shit about what you've got going on. I don't care whether you get the girl. You're gonna break up in 3 months anyway. Like, who gives a shit? You think you've got problems? Fuck you.
So DK sort of taunts Han and Sean. But so like they leave, and Han is like, you work in the like delivery business for crime now. You're a crimesman as well as a carman. And
also Han explicitly tells him just like it just annihilates the stakes of this movie because it's like, oh, DK's not really in the Yakuza. His uncle is, and he's just playing gangster. And I'm like, okay, great. Well, there's the villain of the movie completely fucking neutered. What the fuck is this movie about then?
And so then he's like, now I'm going to show you my favorite Yakuza 0 minigame, karaoke.
Yeah.
So we go to this bar, in back of which there is a club, in which there are multiple male gaze lesbians.
Yes, there are, yes.
As soon as they get in the club, 2 beautiful women immediately come and start like stroking Sean's shoulders. And Han has to say,
keep your hands off the kid, girls. It's underage.
Just to again.
Like, there was no need to do this.
Why?
Just make them 18.
Why'd you do this, man? Why'd you do? Why not have me in college? Why'd you do this? Why'd you do it?
I mean, with the amount he's moving around, he could have been held back a year or two. He could have been barely legal Sean. It would have been fine.
It would have made sense, even.
I mean, that then sort of leads you logically to the question you never ever want to be the person asking, which is, what is the age of consent in Japan that this guy is underage?
You never want to be asking the nostalgia critic question.
No,
I don't want to. I'm not Googling that. I don't want that on my record. Fuck that. It's bad enough I said it out loud.
It's like this 35-year-old man is underage in the second most pedophilic country in the world after Britain. It's like it strains credulity a little bit, I think.
It would have been much worse if he'd been sent to Britain.
This is true.
Drift.
So Twink tries to embody some like positive masculinity by being like, girls like it when you're funny, which he hasn't been funny so far.
Yeah, so Twink's theory of picking up girls is, well, Twink is a child, so I'm not listening to your theories about picking up girls because you've probably been on some fucking weird chat rooms. But anyway, he's like, Japan is the fashion capital of the world. There's a lot of models who come here. They spend all day on set. They're tired. They don't want to have to deal with men's bullshit. But if you can make them feel appreciated and make them laugh, then, you can get pussy. And I'm like, all right, that's a surprisingly sophisticated model of pussy getting from you, little Bow Wow. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, I think it's intended to be like, like a sort of positive role model, I guess.
I know.
Sure.
But so Han is like, now we got to go to my garage, which is in back of the club. And I think in my head that the garage that's in back of a club that's in back of a bar is too many in backs of. That's too like.
Surely that's in front of it now. At this point, it's on a different road.
Street. Yeah. I'm thinking mentally, sort of calculating the depth of this block.
We learned 2 things on the drive over, by the way. We learned number 1, if you're fast enough, cops can't stop you.
They established
really
that.
Share zone.
Yes, I watched this with a trans woman who used to be a Marine who was stationed in Okinawa, and at this point in the movie, when Sean rips past the cops and he's like, "Why aren't they chasing me?" She was like, "Oh, an American coming to Japan and not being subject to local law. What a surprise!"
Can you imagine? And this is a thing that they established for the rest of the movie. Is in Japan, the police aren't real, and you're meant to sort of like go
like,
back
don't
to
worry
that.
about the police. Like
Whenever that's a nice piece of like justification because they never bother. Like the other Fast and Furious movies have just been like the LAPD is here, and then they're just not. No, they don't.
Yeah.
The LAPD have ADHD, and they just kind of stop. Being interested in things that happen.
The star level
the Japanese
goes down.
cops, it's like
loss attention police disorder.
LAPD, it's all liquid cops. In Japan, solid station.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they don't have the car harpoon technology from the second movie either.
No. The Carpedo, no.
And we also learn Han is like, I don't race. If I was to ever race, it would have to be at the emotional peak of my arc, potentially.
Yeah, Han is kind of like spiritual with it. I also note that in the back of Han's garage, he has some.
How old is this guy?
He describes them as bunks later on, but like because some of the club women are getting in, I describe them somewhat indelicately as a skank capsule, and I just.
It's crazy. Yeah, he does have just sort of a rack of capsules, like in a fucking beehive or something in the back wall.
Yes,
Thing Japan.
That's where models pupate, I think.
He goes by a motorbike that has two like fire extinguisher sized Nos cans strapped to the side of it, and I liked that. I thought that was fun.
Yeah, it's fully sick.
Yeah, awesome. What are the stakes?
The stakes are he's gonna give him another car. Right,
why?
Because he's adopted him functionally. He's just picked him up from school, and he's like, "Okay, you live," and it's like, well, he doesn't live here, but you like work here now for me.
What Han has actually done is he has picked up a child from a foreign child from school, taken him to a nightclub with a bunch of like sexually active adults whom he's like seen like doing sexy shit, and then offered him a car. And I'm like, this man is fucking grooming this kid.
He is, yeah.
He does say when he offers him the car, do you think that I'm gonna, you're with me now. Do you think I'm gonna let you roll in a Hyundai? Which we will later find out, I believe, is a deeply internalized anti-Korean racism, which is very sad and also thing Japan.
Sean's getting love bombed.
Yeah.
He is getting love bombed.
He is.
Yeah. He takes drifting lessons on the docks. He sucks at it.
It's really good. There's like a pair of old men fishing who are just like, this guy can't drift.
Yes.
One of those is the real Drift King.
Yes.
It's
KJB.
One of those is the guy. It's a cute cameo.
Oh, that's nice. I like that a lot.
Wait, cars are real? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Again, that's like further proof of like, I don't think Justin Lin is into cars, so somebody on set had to be like, hey, you should actually get Keiichi Tsuchiya in for like a cameo. I wonder if it was the actor who plays what's his name? Shoot.
Sung Kang.
Yeah, Sung Kang is actually like a huge car guy, so I kind of wonder if he was the one who was like, hey, you should get Keiichi Tsuchiya in for like a cameo on this or something. He actually
Either
has...
way, it's like
so the thing about Sung Kang
justice.
is like his garage actually does kind of look like Han's in this movie, like today. It's really cool. I've seen features of his car collection. He is really actually about it. So I credit him with making this movie redeemable.
It's got models being birthed out of pits like Uruk-hai. Great. Also, his dad is fixing up an old wreck of a car, and he's like, "Son, this car will be important later in the movie."
It's like, son, I too know how it feels because I once felt the call of driving a car. And that's when he hits him with there is a strange clinic.
Sean, the Japanese have a saying.
Which is really funny just in isolation, I think. It goes with almost anything. But the Japanese saying that he's actually referencing is it's like tall poppy syndrome, right? Like the nail that sticks out gets hammered. Conform. Start conforming. And his stupid chud son is like, no, I'm never going to stop conforming. I'm going to sleep in a capsule in back of a garage, in back of a club, in back of a bar. So he does. He just leaves home and moves in with his like adoptive new Asian dad, Han.
Yeah.
He keeps hitting on Neela as well on the side. Great.
Yeah. So Han takes him up on a roof to have like an emotional heart-to-heart where he says to him, I'm not from Japan. They're looking at the like big Shibuya like crosswalk thing with all the people with the PS2 generated crowds all doing the same animations. And Han's like, damn, it's crazy how everybody conforms and stuff. I don't do that because I'm not from Japan. I like escaped here on the run from the law like a cowboy. And to me, Japan is, well...
Keep your hands off the kid, girls.
Wait, no.
It's underage.
That's not quite right.
And
what he says is, to me, Japan is... Wait, that's still not right. He says...
This is my Mexico.
Japan,
to me, Japan is Mexico.
To me, Japan is Mexico, which is a great thing to just have. Me when I'm in Mexico.
This is my Mexico.
Me when I'm in a really good Mexican restaurant in London Bridge.
This is my Mexico.
Nice.
But he says, I'm not led by fear. And he says, drifting, it's not about winning. And Sean's like, okay, what's drifting about? We then have a strange scene where Han drifts around some hot girls in his car.
The car
and gets their number. And I'm like, is that what drifting's about?
Yes.
Getting pussy?
Yes.
Drifting's about
100% drifting is about getting pussy. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like a kind of inner spiritual thing, the product of which is getting pussy. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Note to self, go on spiritual
Drifting
journey.
is the figure skating of automotive practices. And so it's about it's the art in your soul expressing itself through like burning rubber. And so yes, it does work to pick up women.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And also the better Sean gets at drifting, at driving car, the closer he comes to getting woman. And when he's at his best driving car,
women
he gets
are a
woman.
trophy you get for driving good. Yes, that's the theme of the movie.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
So Han teaches him to use the drifting force or whatever.
Yeah, you get a training montage here.
Yeah. Sean even wins a couple of races, and he impresses
with a
Neela.
rear-wheel drive Evo, which is again a really weird decision.
They do some real like initial D shit up in the mountains as well, which is like now we're not just in Tokyo anymore.
Great.
I love this stuff. Yeah, I love a Japanese rural road race. Absolutely.
Yeah, he goes on a little date with Neela, and she's like, "Oh, I hate when people used to call me a gaijin because my mom's Australian." And then that's the theme of the movie, Sean, is being an outsider. And he's like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, there are long stretches where it's just cars, and you forget.
Yeah, you
and he
forget
starts
that he's
talking, you're like,
over
oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ohio gozaimasu.
Hey,
Yeah.
Alabamans can drift too. They get to. It's
I
fine.
don't.
Yeah.
While all of this, like, I felt like an outsider myself thing is happening, another mahjong set is briefly seen in like the back of a shot,
Yes,
and
lock
Gwen rips the fucking remote out of my hands, pauses, and we see that this is like 5 people sitting around a pentagonal table playing mahjong. One of them only has 1 tile. This might have been a movie that was made by car people. It was not a movie made by or for mahjong people. I regret to say. This is like setting up a chessboard wrong. It's just bad, and as such, that will be reflected in my scum score.
I'm gonna drill down syntactically.
It would have been incredible if they had like the drift guy who's the cigarette man smoking on the docks. They also had like, I don't know what they have in mahjong. I'm just gonna call them grandmasters because I don't know.
Yeah,
like they had like a couple of like flashes of mahjong grandmasters sitting in some scenes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, in the mahjong movie, they get the cars all wrong, so
I got no idea.
Yeah. So, after he's gone on this date with Neela, DK and his boys roll up on the drifting dojo at the docks, and he beats Sean up for hitting on Neela. And it's interesting that Sean does not fight back.
Yeah,
he just lets
absolutely.
DK punch him a bunch.
Well, he learned that kind of spirit of like sort of forgiving Christianity, which would lead to him calling Charlie Kirk a #Christian martyr at this moment.
In response to this, Neela goes to dump DK out of Gaijin solidarity, I suppose. And DK actually hits her verbatim with the line, "We're not so different, you and I."
Really good.
Yeah. And I think it's credit to how like Brian T is the guy who plays DK, and he gives a fucking good performance. Like this scene is really good, despite the fact that one of his lines is literally "We're not so different, you and I," and he's really good in this scene. Like, credit to you, dude. Fucking great performance. I want to see more of DK. Favorite character.
I just want to highlight, with regards to the date scene between Neela and Sean here, that while they're having this sort of heart-to-heart, they are part of a 6-car drifting convoy moving through the mountains under the moonlight. And I just needed that on the record.
Yeah.
It's not even the only time they do it.
Judging from the accent, I think Neela is meant to be Australian, which is a really funny bit where it's like coming to Japan to introduce them to hooning.
Can't believe they never hoon in this.
If a girl drifted a car whilst I was in the passenger seat and she was hitting on me, I would be that would work. That would work on me.
Yeah, well, yeah, just like tick.
Interesting.
That'll do it.
just setting you up for that.
Writing this down. This does actually work.
My other note is when DK like beats up Sean, I wrote down "watch your front, watch your front." In now that I've been sort of reprogrammed by the first movie. Morimoto, by the way, is
why don't
also...
you try Yo Sushi? You could get a fucking California roll for $2.99, faggot.
By the way, Morimoto spits on him on the way out, and it's like, this motherfucker's only got spit-based attacks.
It's like a Dilophosaurus.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But at this point, the movie remembers that there needs to be some kind of actual threat. So the actual Yakuza arrive. A fucking amazing actor called Sonny Chiba, who is the sword guy from Kill Bill Volume 1.
Yeah, Sonny Chiba, let's fucking go. Yeah, guy who's been in everything. And this is the point at which...
Victoria just showed a cat. No, I'm not interested in the fucking dog, Rob. Take the dog away. I want to see the cat.
I love a dog.
It's a bird.
At which point, I have to note that Jeff Bezos must be killed after the revolution, because I rented this movie on Amazon Prime, and my next thing is, this scene was either a fascinatingly like bold choice to have an unsubtitled all Japanese scene, or Jeff Bezos' cheap-ass AI subtitles have shit the bed once again. And apparently it's the second one.
I was wondering. I was like, fascinating. Are they going to translate this at any point?
No, they are not.
Given that I pirated the movie, I don't have that fucking problem.
That's probably wiser and more ethical at this point. Like, you didn't funnel any money to fucking Lucas Black. Yeah, please tell us what happens.
So the actual Uncle Yakuza arrives. He's got this fucking pimp white suit on, and he's like, hey, DK, thanks for cutting me in on your illegal street racing winnings, but I think Han is stealing from us. And DK's like, oh shit, I'm really sorry, Uncle. Please don't disapprove of me. I'll go and sort this out right now.
That makes a lot more sense. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
And this is where
DK and his boys. Yeah, go ahead, Rob.
Sorry. And this is where I have a theory, which is, I think that when you look at it coldly, sort of materially speaking, DK is right. Because Han is a piece of shit, because it is earlier implied in the movie that he is just like, skimming off the top or holding stuff back or like, and DK, who, like, I don't know, not great at being a gangster, I suppose, maybe not the best businessman, but clearly Han has been fucking around, and the finding out is about to occur.
This is also, I love DK as a villain. This is a great motivation as a villain. It's also like, quite sympathetic. Like, he's not a big, bad, tough guy. He's just trying to impress his uncle and like really wants to do a good job and get a good grade in crime. And I'm like, I love that. I love that for him.
I get that.
Yeah.
A powerful uncle-nephew relationship.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, fucking typical that you cannot get a job in the Yakuza unless you've already got a family member who is. Bullshit. Honestly, I auditioned for Yakuza and I gave it like all my fucking best, and they fucking,
maybe he shouldn't have been white, I think, was the key part of that. It's
you sound just like my old agent. Oh, great, they've gone diverse again in the casting, have they? Fantastic. All right, fine.
So DK goes back to confront them again, and
my old agent did say that to me.
They have to contrive a way of getting them from a fight scene into the cars. And this is a beautiful piece of script writing where it's like, we need it so that you can be like, they have to be in the cars now. There has to be cars after this. And the way they do that is to have Twink drop the like garage like roll door on one of the cars, harming it and thus turning it into a car harming sequence rather than a person harming sequence. And so that then transitions to the chase.
Yeah, Sean has to drift for his life.
Yes.
Very cool.
Now, the thing about drifting, I would say, so it's a very inefficient, deliberately, like that's the art of it, inefficient way of getting from one place to another.
Yeah, weird to do while running away from someone.
Yeah, making it perfect for a chase.
You just got to go sideways all the time, like you're doing an Ocarina of Time speedrun.
The only thing we know how to do.
Yeah.
I never learned how to not drift.
Well, once a car is configured for drifting, it can only go fastest sideways.
Yeah, my whole front axle's at a 90-degree No, sorry.
And Sean has lost his American instinct of straight lining because he can't do it anymore. Whereas in this situation, I would argue straight line. Just book
straight line is the king here, I think.
You would think so. You would think so. So we, having established that in Japan, cops are not real, we get a long chase in which Morimoto, the spitting guy, gets rage baited to the extent that he is hit and killed by 7 different cars.
Yeah, he gets in a head-on collision because he didn't drift good. He gets in a head-on collision and fucking dies.
Yeah,
just
in many ways, getting hit and killed in a head-on collision is the opposite of drifting. Given that drifting is about going sort of sideways in a very like calculated, way, going
it is.
Directly forwards in a very uncalculated way and dying.
They have to drift through an intersection full of people too.
Yeah, it's the same intersection.
Yeah, same one.
They cause a mass casualty incident here.
DK does a sick fucking move, drifting and shooting. Also, like J-turn and shoot out the front at the guy behind you. Fucking sick. Love DK.
He splits the whole crowd like Moses. I was very
impressed.
Fucking great. And Han gets wiped out and explodes and dies.
Yeah, so what happens is they get separated, and DK follows Han and destroys his car just in time for Sean to see it blow up. And I write down, wow, that is 100% Han dead forever. Never gonna see him again. I think it would be a real stretch and like admission of weakness for the franchise if we ever saw Han again. I think.
What, are you fucking shitting me? Oh, for fuck's
I'm
sake.
pretty certain that I'm dusting my hands. I think we've seen the last of Han.
Don't worry about it.
Now, because the thing is, besides police, firefighters in Japan also not real.
Yeah, they don't come either if you're going fast enough. That's the bargain that you strike by going that fast. So the police can't stop you, but nothing will help you either.
Yeah, absolutely.
Smart.
It's like the Purge.
Much like the Purge. Sort of Purge every night in Japan.
Sean and Neela have to escape on the subway, getting
the
a
ultimate
train.
Humiliation for the common.
Disgusting.
Almost verbatim what I wrote down. We are achieving Tokyo Drift compatibility.
Yes!
There we go.
We got there. They go to Sean's dad's place. DK rolls up. He's a fucking dedicated villain. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
He pulls the gun, but Sean's dad also has gun.
Because he's Navy. He brought his gun from Navy. Also, at this point, I'm going to observe that his dad looks like the neighbor from A Serious Man. But so
he really does, yeah.
The thing is, you can Uno reverse card any gun interaction by having a gun of your own. And then the other person's obliged to be like, I see you brought a gun. Yeah. And then they just have to leave. You know?
I guess we've all got guns. All right.
Yeah.
I'll hit the dusty trail.
Well, Neela diffuses the situation by leaving with DK. Also, we've established earlier on that Neela is like living with DK's grandparents, and that's why he can take her places and it's legally not kidnapping. Again, would have been better if she'd just been an adult.
Most of her lines are in the worst Japanese you've ever heard, like Takashi Yamate. Which is great. So Sean has to try and relate to his dad now, and so he's like, Cars is like the Navy but on land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad, I've experienced character growth by learning to race sideways. Okay, son. How come you have that accent and I don't, son? That's what's fucked up about it.
Yeah, you know how his dad is in his first scene is like, I'm a real hard ass. You have to call me sir. I'm in the Navy. It's going to be like, if I see you near a car, I'm going to have your like thumbs cut off so you can't drift anymore. That he doesn't do that anymore. And it's not
Dad,
through any
what
great...
if a boat had wheels? That's what driving is to me.
He doesn't do any sort of like depicted
that.
Character growth. It's just kind of like he tries to do hardcore dad and then gives up, which is really funny and maybe explains a bit why Sean is like this. If his dad is like, you're never going to drift. Oh, okay, you're already doing it.
Yeah. Sean's dad has ultimate fealty to the Navy, and Sean has ultimate fealty to the car. So they're both, it's either to boat or to car. So they are now, they understand each other's worlds.
Yeah, absolutely.
To be fair, Sean at this point does form a really good plan that I really like and made me like him as a character, because Sean decides to do the mature thing. Is that he, first of all, he meets Twink and is just like, we're very sad about Han dying.
Twink is like, let my stupid Hulk car ease your trauma. And that's the only time besides introduction we see the Hulk. Just like grieving in the Hulkmobile.
Yeah, but Sean decides to use dialogue instead of violence or car violence. He's like, look, we know that DK answers to his uncle who's in the Yakuza. I'm just going to go to him and I'm going to apologize. I'm going to make it right. And I'm like, that's really mature. That's good character growth. I like that. Well done.
Everyone's like, no, you can't do that. And then he just does it. So, but
he
like,
lives in the Yakuza district of town. He lives in Crimeville. You can't go there.
So Twink says you can't just like walk into Kamata's place. If he's a Yakuza, you can. Like, one of the peculiarities is they have offices, right? Like, it's like...
You got to get an appointment, but yeah.
Exactly, right? But so instead he goes through this, like, alley filled with, like, bosuzoku. And they kind of, like, menace him a bit. He walks into the bar.
Neela's in the bar! Why is she in the bar? Child!
Yeah. Nobody knows.
Why
was she 17? It would have been so easy. It doesn't seem like she needs to be 17 for any reason whatsoever.
Like any of them need to be children. Why the children?
There's nothing kind of on the pro side of that balance as far as I can tell.
He walks into the bar and the bouncer's like, hey man, welcome to Race Wars. Because every Japanese person in there is just like staring at him.
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
DK is there as well.
But Sean passes all the speech checks because he does special action of show bag of money, and that gets you in anywhere.
And he talks to them in Japanese. He's learned enough Japanese at this point to talk to them, which I'm like,
it's time. Finally. Y'all mind if a white boy speak a little Japanese tonight?
White boy stuns entire Yakuza.
He also gets a kind of like small beneficiary, a small stipend from the KJB, got through the whole speech to indicate that you are culturally sort of legible in Japan without using the word honor scholarship.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive, actually.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Could have been worse.
It was he almost does it a couple of times, so he gets away with it. But so he's like,
he apologizes to the uncle Yakuza guy and he said, look, I'm really sorry. Me and DK have like caused a problem for you. Let us settle this peacefully as Carmen with a race. And the loser leaves town for good. And for some reason, Uncle Yakuza's like, yeah, fuck it, why not? I've got nothing better to do than hang out with a bunch of children.
Uncle Yakuza is running a kind of like Anthony Bourdain kind of like chuckling, okay, fuck it, let's do this kind of thing for most of this. Who's just like, yeah, fuck it, okay, sure. Instead of
the ancient Japanese rite of trial by drift race. The guys are like, absolutely,
fuck it, let's see where this is going.
Not?
Yeah, as opposed to, I think you're too young to be in here.
Yeah.
Again, love DK in this scene. Like, really wants his uncle to be proud of him. Really like it.
Yeah, because DK's like, I've already fucking beaten this guy in a drift race once, and the uncle thinks about it for a minute and goes, then it should be easy to do it again.
Yeah, he's outmaneuvered him. He's placed him into a socially impossible position. It's like
clever.
Yeah.
But before you can drift, you gotta have a car.
You do.
Now I understand, and this is something Victoria told me, that American car, American engine, it's normal. Japanese car, Japanese engine, it's normal. Putting an American engine in, putting a Japanese engine in the American car, kind of heresy, right?
You got to get those converters from W.H. Smith and everything.
Yeah, like you can put an American engine in a Japanese car, but not the other way around. Is that...
That would... See, American engine, Japanese car is like Chud compatible. Yeah. That is what I would expect from Sean's character. This is really an inversion of kind of my expectations for Bama Boy.
They rescue the engine from the car that he wrecked at the beginning, and they put it in the Mustang.
Yeah.
Cyclical.
Oh, you must excuse this odd mixture of styles, but I refuse to go entirely Japanese.
There is something that happened with that, because I did pull that drop, and then somehow, I don't know how it happened, but it went wrong. And when I heard it back, I laughed really hard and put it on the soundboard anyway, because what I got was...
They've sent Charles Gray into the nega dimension. Oh fuck!
Shit!
We gotta get him out of there.
Charles Gray's in hell. Turns out being gay really does send you there.
Oh fuck!
Shit! We're fucked. We're cooked.
Okay, I got a couple of years. Trying to get that book straight talking out. This is the scene where it finally hits me. What's been fucking me up about this goddamn guy is that he looks exactly halfway between Damian Lewis and a chimpanzee. There are some scenes where he's like watching the engine like a chimp would, and the strong physicality.
I think my favorite part of this montage is after, because they like tune the engine and they like, you know, tune all of the like suspension and everything. They do some drifting to like dial it all in, and then at the end, with no depiction, they do like conservatively $100,000 of bodywork and painting on it. And I'm like,
and just to finish it off.
Yeah. With the racing structure, I mean, it looks good as hell. Obviously, it does. It's a Mustang. Like, of course, it looks good.
Again, like, can I put like a big fist on this? Maybe no, you can't.
The one thing Twink does say is he points out, like, you know, DK is going to run you off the road and try and kill you, right? He's going to like race dirty, and then Sean's just like, yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does say that.
I'm not gonna worry about it. It's like, all right, man, cool, fair play.
I also wonder, like, what's the financial situation? How, because, like, the bag of money has been returned to Yakuza Uncle, so they have no cash reserves. How did they, I mean, the engine, okay, you get seen that. Is the bodywork and everything, is that just, like, free labor and parts?
Maybe they just did that.
Yeah, they've still got the shop that
they sold off
left behind. So the reason that they build this car is because the RB26 they put in the Mustang was out of the wrecked S15 that you know, Sean destroyed at the beginning of the movie, and then presumably they still left all the tools and stuff there. They just repoed all the rest of the cars. So there is actually a reason they have to build this like homunculus American Japanese swapped weird Mustang car. Besides, it's just really cool.
Yeah.
And they're all carmen, so they know how to do these things. You just you wake up and you immediately know, like, yeah, I can absolutely lay down perfect like metallic paint every single time in like a dusty ass warehouse. It's fine.
So they go to the mountain, and I note in all caps, bring back the race starting Twink.
I know. Yes. Where is he?
Bullshit. Where is he?
Because instead of that, it's Neela, right? And fucking Uncle Yakuza is like, you could fucking, like, I guess race for like the girl as well. And it's like, that's an underage girl. Like, and obviously the Yakuza are not like an organization that have a lot of qualms about underage girls, but like normally it's sort of like grimmer than this, I would say, you know?
Yeah, it's like, how long were all of these montages? Has anyone turned 18 over the course of the movie?
Yeah. I mean, at this point, fucking Lucas Black looks like he's turned 50.
Every time I saw him, it reminded me of that like Brazilian guy who insists that he looks 17 on TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh well, it'll be the episode. Don't worry.
Everyone's watching all of the race on flip phones, which I love.
Can I give you 2 more Lucas Black tweets?
I love the flip phones. Please, oh my god!
For the love of God!
On the 14th of August, 2022, Lucas Black tweeted, "Pursuing Jesus!" with an exclamation mark.
In a Mustang?
Just drifting towards Jesus.
Jesus can fucking drift. He's incredible. He's like going around, he's like uncatchable.
On the 20th of August, 2022, so a week later, Lucas Black tweeted, "Following Jesus," also with an exclamation mark.
Right.
Okay. And it took him a week to catch up to Jesus.
Good yeah. But so they start the race. And of course, DK is a better drifter. That's why he's the king of drifting.
He's the drift.
That's why he's Mr. Driftsman himself. I had another joke about the name Drift King, but it's all the way back up in my notes, and I'm scrolling, so I'm trying to fill time until I find it. No, I can't find it. No, it's fine.
But DK tries to run him off the road.
He does a bunch. He tries a bunch to run him off the road.
He really
the note was they call him the Tokyo Drift, which wasn't even that funny to be worth waiting for, but you know.
No, I think it was good.
But Sean wins. He wins pretty much fair and square too.
It has to be
DK
said,
like flips and crashes out.
He crashes, but he almost crashes onto Sean. And I write down, "From hell's heart I drift at thee."
That's good. Now that's better.
That's cooking.
That's the shit right there.
Moby Dick did involve some drifting, but of a different kind.
This is true.
So Sean gets out of the car triumphant. Neela snuggles him because women are trophies.
Yeah, because he owns that woman
Uncle
now.
Yakuza's,
he does,
Uncle Yakuza's like, whatever. DK's still alive, by the way, and I really want DK to come back because I really liked him as a villain.
Well, I'm sure that he will and Han won't, because if it was the inverse of that, that would be...
That would be
bad.
That would be ridiculous.
That would take so much explaining as well, with like retcons and
really fuck with the timeline for this movie that features a lot of flip phones to be in the future.
I would say
and all
so.
the other movies as well, because the sequence would be really weird, and it would kind of imply
that'd be fucked to pieces.
That Sean is like at least 37, which, you know, fair enough.
In high school. But so this is the fantasy, right? Like you get the girl, the Yakuza respect you, which is really funny because they barely respected DK. And you get to be cool again. And so he goes back to we jump forward a bit.
Yeah, we get a lot of cars and sexy ladies. It's as bad as it's ever been, this intro fucking montage of asses and midgets.
I guess the thing with the timing is this time skip is meant to be about 12 years.
Is it?
I don't think so, but I think that later on they will box themselves into forcing it to have been.
Yes.
Okay.
Because Sean is still driving.
And Sean, it looks the same. I guess he got all of his aging out of the way early.
Yeah, and Twink is like, someone here to see you who says he knows Han. He's here about
been winning
something
races
called
all across Asia.
Yeah, it's from something. He's here about something called the Avengers Initiative.
He's here about something called Race Wars.
Yeah, he said Han is like family.
Yeah, he said Han was family, and that Han used to run with him in the past.
Yeah.
And you feel the nuclear weapon that is heading towards the Fast and Furious franchise from the implications of that one sentence.
Two things about this cameo. One, without it, this would have been straight to DVD. Like this,
full force, yeah.
Really?
This was genuinely the sole thing that made them release it in cinemas.
Really?
Huh. And the second thing is that Vin Diesel did it for free. Or rather,
why?
Awesome.
Or rather, in exchange for the rights to Riddick off of Chronicles of. And so he was like, fine, I guess I will do this for something that I'm passionate about. And I don't think in that moment that he knew what he was setting himself up for the rest of his career.
Vin Diesel being like, fine, I agree to be in Fast and Furious movies under extraordinary circumstances. And it's like, you're fucked
because
now.
I'm gonna lift the veil a bit, right? Where it's like, I haven't seen any of the Fast and Furious movies like subsequent to this, but culturally I'm aware of them, and through osmosis I know that in the most recent ones, Vin Diesel is in most of them through a Teams call, and also like every other aspect of the movie is a kind of, I saw it described as hamburger shonen.
It's so good. It accretes Hollywood huge guys, and they never kill any of them off. So every movie is just more and more big motherfuckers.
The cast and the guys just get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Until you need ludicrous. An IMAX screen just to contain one of them.
Yeah, and this begins to feel a little bit like it's a little bit like the sort of end of the first act of Oppenheimer, you know? What are you about to do?
Until someone builds a faster Furious.
But of course, it's Dominic Toretto, and he says the line of the movie. He says, "Watch any movie with free subtitles online." I love it when characters in movies say that, because I pirate these movies, and the final subtitle line is always that. So
this is like watching a man sentence himself to 15 years in prison.
Yeah, except he's getting paid $1 million bazillion for doing it.
He had no idea what he was doing.
It's kind of a gilded cage, certainly.
He's also introduced fantastically with music, because all of a sudden it's no longer like sort of Japanese US crossover pop stuff. There's Latino music that comes bouncing in, and the camera pans up, and whom could it but be but Vin Diesel?
That's him. Yeah.
And finally in the credits it says, "Do not drive at home."
Yeah, also, it's like, don't drift. We made this up
in the
for
manner
movie.
of like the John Waters anti-smoking PSA. So who could ever smoke in a movie theater?
I do want to note one thing, which is the initial sort of like treatment for this in the original development. What they wanted this to be, and he wouldn't do it. He only would do a cameo. Was Dominic Toretto goes to Japan to learn to drift and to solve a murder. And I really want them to make that one now anyway. Like
it was sorry, because I read this as well, but there was one bit that makes it even more amazing.
Mm-hmm.
What they wanted him to do is not just solve a murder, but they wanted him drifting around Buddha statues while geisha looked on.
Amazing.
Awesome.
That sounds so culturally sensitive.
Incredible.
I was going to say I can't wait to see it. You'll never see that. You'll never see Dominic Toretto drift around a Buddha statue. And I think that's a great shame. But this movie had like a huge cultural impact because it was hugely successful and they didn't expect it to be. And it
was still not like one of the least successful ones in the whole franchise, though, right?
Oh yeah,
this only made $129 million.
Yeah, which I would hate to only make $129 million. I don't know if I could like live with myself if I only made $129 million. But like culturally, the impact of this, like the entire Need for Speed franchise, is downstream of this. Like,
yeah.
Well, I mean, like the ending race, the next installment of Need for Speed that came out after this, I think, that actually was fully developed after this movie came out, was Need for Speed Carbon, and they have a mode that is basically, it's the Toge battle between DK and Sean. It's just like you have to do the cliffside race, and if you can crash through the guardrail and die.
Hugely impactful in the right circles.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, this movie came out when I was 11, so for all of my teen years, I sort of baked in the sort of downstream effects of this movie, and it's changed how I like looked at car culture and stuff. This, like Gran Turismo, a bunch of other stuff too, but like this movie really was, I think, the first one of the Fast and Furious franchise that actually shaped car culture afterward, instead of just being like, oh hey, we here's cool fast cars that Mitsubishi paid us for.
What do we think the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift says about masculinity?
Ooh.
To be a Carmen is honorable.
Doesn't have any.
Well,
does it have any adults in it?
He's not like, he's not that skeezy. He is quite emotionally mature by the end in a way that I like.
True.
Like, it's nice to see the protagonist of a movie like going and apologizing and saying, let's find a peaceful solution. That's so nice.
And like Han is kind of the widely accepted as one of the coolest characters in the whole franchise, and I don't think he does anything particularly egregious. He's kind of like, this is all kind of childish bullshit beneath me, and I'm just gonna hang out in my big warehouse full of like attractive women and cool cars and watch street racing videos.
Yeah, accidentally made a guy cool by virtue of like not giving him that many lines. I don't know. I think that as much as there is like
Han got Boba Fett.
That's why he's called Han. Well, he's called Han because like ended up writing themselves into this guy's gonna have a way bigger role than he should have done.
I mean, does do some light grooming. That's the downside of Han.
Grooming
of a school child.
Oh yeah, that's the crazy thing, is that this movie would have been really different. He was grooming Sean, but he just died in a car crash before it came to fruition. Like it's actually really good that happened.
He was playing the long game. Yeah.
Peter Mandelson's emailing Jeffrey Epstein like, I can't believe Han died. It's crazy.
Han died?
Drift racing on Jeffrey Epstein Island.
They got Brian O'Connor there next week.
Awful. However, we don't just have to be subjective about this. We have a science-based system. It's called the SCUM system. It's down to SMARM, cultural insensitivity, unprovoked violence, and misogyny. On a scale of 0 to 7, how smarmy is Tokyo Drift?
That's actually a really good question.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Massively.
Yeah.
It kind of
not phenomenally
it suggests an earnestness with Han, being like drifting is about like knowing yourself and stuff. On the other hand, it does contain the sentences,
Japanese food is like the army. Don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah, I feel like Twink is pushing it up. Twink's fourth wall break, I think, adds a full point to it.
I reckon.
In movie, you don't break the fourth wall unless you're very pleased with yourself.
He winks at us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give him a full point for that.
I'm not thrilled that Twink's only role in the movie is to like drive the plot forward and the SMARM score up.
He gets beaten up at one point and Sean helps him, which whatever.
He does. Yeah, that was the kind of character growth we were alluding to earlier, and then it was so unimportant we didn't even mention it. Cultural insensitivity.
You haven't given it a score.
Well, hold on. We didn't actually
Yes,
give
all right. Sorry, Smum. I was so ready to be done with Smum. I don't know. What do we think?
All
like
right.
a 3?
If I say 4, does that feel wrong?
I would say like
right?
3.
3, sure.
I think 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
The cars are good enough. You gotta knock one off because it's genuine about its love for car culture.
Yeah,
It
that's
is.
true.
And that counts.
Does it count for
go.
love of car does love of car culture count for cultural insensitivity? Does that offset its cultural insensitivity towards the nation of Japan?
Unfortunately, no. I know too many car people to think otherwise.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it gets pretty close to an omission score.
Almost. So the 2 Japanese women with speaking roles are the teacher being like, "Why aren't you putting on your sandals, you horrific Alabama nightmare?" And one girl going, "Wow," which is not great.
Yeah.
I don't like that you had to like establish. I mean, there is one line that Han gets when he's like lightly making fun of Sean about Nilo, where he's like, "Why don't you get yourself a nice Japanese girl like every other white guy in Japan?" Which is funny.
Okay. I can lose him a point for that.
I think so.
That's reasonable. You know, there's a love of outsiders.
It does resist the temptation that a lesser movie would have indulged in to like compare Sean to a kind of drifting samurai. I like that we don't go there.
Yes, thank God.
Because it could be worse.
I agree. I like that. Well, I have mixed feelings about the fact that the love interest is not Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
In that, like, they kind of bond over both being outsiders, which is interesting. And it doesn't do the thing of like, the rewards of being like cool in Japan are Japanese women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like the little scene with Sean eating with his chopsticks, and the face is like, "Oh, what is this?" And he eats. It's like, "Oh, this is kind of all right, actually." You don't have the "I'm in a foreign land eating gross food" thing, which is, you know.
Yeah.
And part of his character growth is learning to speak Japanese.
Yeah.
I like that they treat gaijin like it might be a slur as well. I think that's just very fun. I like this the particular scene where like DK is like, "All this over a gaijin," and Nilo's like, "I'm a gaijin," which really
it makes some
made me
really broad statements about the role of conformity in Japanese society, which
you're right, it does.
I'm not sure are entirely nuanced. Even if they're using them, and they're using them for the character growth of chiefly a white guy. And while it doesn't do the like, he learns to be Japanese, and the ways in which he adapts to Japanese culture are like quite good, like, you know, learning the language, learning some of the social norms and stuff. It sort of is as much as anything about him not doing that and not compromising and taking the like, you know, the Mustang, and it's about being like, you know, sort of the best of both worlds kind of thing, which I think is, let's say, unreflective, maybe.
Yeah, Sean becomes the synthesis.
Yeah, it's like, what if an American and a Japanese guy were like one guy? Can you imagine that? You know, it's like,
I have your British genes clicked in there and you went Japanese.
Yeah. I don't know.
How do we feel about another 3?
I don't know how to put a number on this.
Does it knock a point off because they put a Japanese engine into an American car and they didn't make a bunch of jokes about like that is like for Bama Boy, that is progressive.
It is relatively sensitive about this stuff, and it's not
nobody
really
makes a Pearl Harbor joke.
Triumphant anywhere. It's just Japan is a country that exists.
Japan is a normal country.
Yeah.
Japanese
fashion
drift
capital of the
community
world.
includes that gay guy. Like, and they're fine with it. They like him. They made him their like race starter.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I think we might be headed for like a 2 or a 3 here then.
I think it's actually quite good.
You're right about the thing about the conformity being a pretty broad statement. How do we feel about 3?
I would go for a 3. I think I'm pushing towards 3 on the basis that like you have a white guy telling another white guy. Japanese people love conformity.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Which
all right, let him out.
Yeah. Unprovoked violence.
Sean very explicitly does not fight back.
Yeah.
When he gets attacked.
It's true.
He does send those 2 high school kids careening into a pipe.
He didn't mean to.
That was pretty provoked. Like, he threw the first baseball.
Yeah,
You're about to careen into a pipe.
Careen into a pipe. Yeah, it's pretty low.
I'm struggling to think.
He seeks a peaceful solution at the end. He apologizes.
I think this is very low. I really do.
The violence of imperiling a bunch of CGI spectators by drifting your car when you don't need to, I guess.
Yeah.
Tenuous.
I think the violence done by DK is also pretty provoked because, as I was saying before, Han will be, whatever, cheating on him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, very true. The movie doesn't really ask us to endorse any.
I don't think
violence.
so. No, in fact, it suggests that violence is kind of like repulsive to women who are property. And if you do violence, you will alienate your woman.
Yeah.
So.
And conflict resolution is drive.
Yeah,
exactly.
Talking, and if talking fails, driving.
Might be a 1. It could be a 1 to me.
1, yeah.
I think it's a 1. Yep. Finally, misogyny.
All right, here we go. They didn't let any of these ones be in the movie, just as a starter. There's a lot of asses in the movie.
Both we and the movie forget to ask the question, hey, what about Neela doing some stuff in a car, until it's too late. And there's another bit we skipped over where he's messaging her in class being like, on MSN Messenger, how come I never see you drift?
He texts her on Excel.
And she's like, because you never ask, and then she drives him, which is another entry in the franchise's thing of like men allowing women to drive them, which is like still fucking ahead of car culture in some ways.
The aforementioned 6-car drifting convoy under the moonlight, she was driving in that scene.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that.
Her car is cool.
It is, but she's in it for like 5 minutes.
Well, I think in terms of the way the franchise treats women as like trophies and also as set dressing, I think it's as bad as it's ever been.
I agree.
They also, like, she's in a schoolgirl outfit so much.
And this is where I think it needs to be into the punitive section, because again, one of the first things this movie does is show us a child's underwear.
It's like, these are children.
They're like, the women as like property extends even to like underage girls, and that is fucking disgusting. I think it's got to be a 9 or a 10.
Yeah, I mean,
because it established it right at the start. It's like they're all 17, and then it just keeps saying it throughout the movie. It just like, why?
It keeps directing it at Sean because it would be too obviously disgusting if they directed it at Neela, right? Like, but they're like, what's with you and schoolgirls? I just like, that's not a guy you hang out with. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. I think it's got to be a 10.
You got to pull him aside. That's your boy. You got to check in with him.
Yeah.
You know?
And the end montage is we've learned nothing, because the end montage is the same as the starting montage in Japan. It's just cars are asses and midriffs and young women. And
it's bad. It's real bad. I would go for I guess an 8. Like
I think it's gonna be high. Like again, child's underwear in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, but I mean,
twice.
Certainly true.
What punitive rate did we give Goldfinger again?
Goldfinger we gave a 9 for misogyny because it contained like a textual corrective rape.
Yeah, so that's what sort of puts me at an 8, is that this movie doesn't do that, but it does suggest like
I don't want to rank pedophilia and rape, but I want to give it higher than 8.
Okay,
I think it's got to be a 9 or a 10.
There was also the weird 2-second shot of the performative lesbians in the corridor in the Han club.
You're right.
I don't want to give it more 10. Than Goldfinger is the thing.
Both Point Break's got an 8 in misogyny. That's what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, I would be happy with a 9, but not with a 10, I think.
I'm going to vote against you. I vote 10 to death.
I think 9. We're early in the season. It might get worse.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, that is true. That gives a total score. I think that's generous, but all right. I think that gives it a total score of 16, which means it's not as bad as Too Fast, Too Furious, but is worse than the first one.
That tracks. So again, the science-based system does not fail.
I think the second one was a better movie.
His second one was a better movie. I had more fun with that.
I did have much more fun with it. I can't wait to see what the fuck they do with the next one.
Well, I think we can all agree on one thing, which is we're never going to see Han again.
Absolutely.
Dead. Absolutely
any Kronsteins?
Gone.
Any good nights? I don't think so.
Does anybody really go above and beyond for the cause? I mean, like, DK does kind of try very hard.
I guess the point is, what cause? Nothing's ever like, there's no actual stake. The biggest threat is you have to leave town.
Goodnight cross to the Japanese cops who refuse to be involved in this movie.
I respect.
Just like, this is not worth our time. We're not interested.
Gorgeous.
Well, that is a beautiful podcast. And I have 2 questions to ask our guests. If the people want more Victoria, where can they find more Victoria?
I've got a Patreon where I'm making episodes of a podcast called Tran Girlismo.
Yeah, it's great.
Where
we have to come on.
Nice.
I and another trans woman auto industry journalist talk about how fucked the entire auto industry is.
Amazing.
So we both love this movie, but we agree that it is one of the most misogynist things ever made. If you liked that take, you would enjoy the show. We have a Patreon for it. I literally just launched it this week, so I have no idea what the bonus episodes are or whatever, but you can check it out wherever there's podcasts.
And my second question, if the people want more Rob, where can they find more Rob?
They can listen to Praxiscast at Praxiscast on Blue Sky. 4 free ones, 2 bonus ones every month. It's mainly British politics. We also do like about 1 movie a month. The last one is on Patreon, but we did the last Mission Impossible. We talked about that for 2.5 hours. So if you really want to listen to us talk for 2.5 hours about the last Mission Impossible, you can do that there. And you can follow me personally at Trufflehog, also on Blue Sky.
Oh yeah. Also, definitely don't wait for our episode on Mission Impossible, because it will be Tom Cruise as a working actor, 2 hours 29 minutes of silence.
We are waiting
Tom
for
Cruise
him
is
to
dead.
die.
For real though, it's crazy he owns slaves. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Subscribe to the Patreon. Our next bonus episode is going to be, I think that's going to be
yours.
It's mine.
Wages
So
of Fear.
yeah, our next bonus episode is going to be Wages of Fear. So if
Hell
you're
yes.
into like French existentialist films that contain not cars but sort of enemy of the car, the truck, then subscribe to the Patreon for that, and we will see you next time.
Trucker.
The Moderate Trucker returns. Bye, everyone.
Thank you for listening to yet another episode of Kill James Bond. The next episode in 2 weeks' time on the free feed will be Fast and Furious, which I understand to be the 4th The Fast and the Furious movie. And for those of you waiting in abject terror, she's in that one, and we're all just gonna deal with it, okay? But if that is simply too long for you to wait, then you can head on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/killjamesbond, all one word, and sign up today for as little as £5 a month. And that gets you access to not only the new episodes, but access to our entire 5-year-long backlog of bonus episodes. There are movies in there you can't imagine. We've done movies you've never heard of. We've done movies you have heard of. But that's about it, really. Check out our collections on Patreon for curated lists of our backlog. I put some effort into those, so fucking check them out. But speaking of our beautiful, beautiful patrons, we would be nothing without our £15 and above patrons, and as far as I can tell, there you are. Lo Bjornsdotter, Frere Aloysius, Candy Fox, No Name, Gustavo Lira, Elspeth Hunt, Jordan Gammy, Nick Boris, Frankenstein, Hannah Oberhardt. The asexual pervert has a confusing suggestion. George Rohack, Yarrick, Drone Lover, Melody Morrow Gonzalez, Live Free or Cry, Labor Delenda S. Breakfast Update is the best part of the afternoon. Strong Goose, like a goose who is strong, and then honk in brackets. Pretty good. Olivia Alexandra wants to know if collective noun for sword lesbians is polyamory. Jacques Laurent Zimmerman, Saiga, Joseph Sochet, Kill James Bond Highlights, Giganta 0234, Jack Drummond, Trip the Project, Max Gemainhart, Library Hitman, Very Tired Therapist, Redacted, Your Local Ice Thug, It's a Safe and Legal Thrill. Panoptogoth, Carl S. Griffin, K May Be Okay, Rhododendron, Molly Powerslide, Ashley, full name time, Danielle, Athena V, Dr. Mrs. the Gay Rat, The People's Pillow Princess, My Best Friend, Parasocial Butterfly, Lady Houndstooth, Joyce Uwu, Liz Rossi, 9467973127953561656826792661. The numbers, Mason. What do they mean? Claire, Cakerden, Maeve Victoria Roth turned in her badge and laptop. Vita Braver, 623. Could be 6, maybe. Chris Roth, Robert De Niro in Heat, and I'm not apologizing. Claire Baker, penile sparing vaginoplasty. Stars, some sort of silly Canadian car goes vroom vroom. It's okay to hope. Arizona Frog Strangler. Saturdays, Claire. Silly Vixen, Annie Rubius is Tokyo Drift compatible. It's the you did it. You got it in on the right episode of the podcast. Almost no one has ever managed to do that. Of course, the 50 cal will fit on the Toyota Hilux booth. Gender Swap Podcast, Anne Hedonia, Science Daddy, Ray, Finn Ross, Anya Shenanigans, Clairvoyance, Clarification, Rope Trick, John 2089, Lady Ariane, Casquatch, Isopodcal, Delta Echo, Bravo, Sierra, Debs, Noblesse Oblige, Wolscott, Alex, Liz Nash of the University of Florida, Sengshen, Obsidian Polymer, Carriat Abigail, Josh Simmons, Harriet McAvoy, Mistress Angela Ailis, Mega B, Robert Greensmith, Al Irwing, Elite Aaron, Bones, Take These Bones to the Bone Temple, Zoe Shepherd, Philippa is still catching up with KJB, The Duck Whisperer, Lauren Baston, Witch Hazel, Blunt Force Feminization Bat, Turfs Eat Shit and Die Alone, Emily, Queen of Sloths, Talkative Tiger, Cassandra, Loz Pycock, Sonia with a Y, and Charlotte with a D. Thank you all for being subscribers to the show. Gil James Bond is, as always, Abigail, November, and Devon. Our producer is the wonderful Mr. Nick Thay. Our podcast art is by John DeLuca, and our website is by Tom Allen. And I will see you next time.